Hi and welcome to this week's video. If you're new here, my name is Belle and I create oracle decks full of magic and heartwarming stories. For today's video, I brought along a new oracle card for the Green Witch Cat Oracle. I'll take you with me as I paint and share a bit about the inspiration behind the artwork. When I first thought about this week's card, I wanted something very summery and full of bloom. Because honestly, I'm not quite ready to sink into autumn just yet. It feels like I didn't get to embrace summer properly. We had so many cold and rainy days, which is wonderful for the soil and plants, of course, but so far I don't think I fully soaked in the season of summer yet. So at first I imagined painting Melody, the delivery owl, with a flower crown and plenty of summer trinkets around her because as you know, Melody can't resist a good trinket. But then came yesterday, a gloomy and rainy Saturday. I spent the day wrapped in a warm jumper and leggings and I constantly thought about making more tea. So painting a summer-filled card didn't feel right. Or maybe I should say it wasn't really what I longed for in that moment. So yes, of course, I wanted to hold on to summer and let myself enjoy the season before entering into autumn, but painting that summer-filled scene wasn't what I craved for on that rainy and gloomy day yesterday. So instead I switched to something cozier and as you can see I chose a scene where Frida is curled up under a blanket with Phantom by her side, gazing out at the rain with a hot cup of tea in her paws and her journal in front of her, scripting ideas for new spellwork, potions or simply her wandering thoughts. And this scene brought me so much more comfort and I have to admit it did actually make me feel like autumn already has its foot in the door. I love painting moments like this because they remind me that there is richness to find in truly every moment of the day. By choosing where to look, we can either embrace the beauty surrounding us or we can focus on things in our head or some sort of hindrance or obstacle that we are facing. And please allow me to give you a little example to make it tangible what I mean. Every evening, I let my two duck brothers roam the garden before bedtime. They spend their days outside with plenty of ground to cover, swim in and search for snails, but usually their big roaming area is already cleared of most tasty finds. So in the evenings, I give them half an hour of hunting time, how I like to call it, in the garden and meadows around the house. Yesterday, while they explored, I went with them and simply let myself be with the atmosphere around me. I fully took in the two ancient birch trees at the end of our driveway, perfectly framing the waxing crescent moon, the pastel blue of the evening sky, the fresh rain-washed air, and of course the ducks wagging their tails whenever they found a snail, just like happy little dogs. In such moments, it almost feels like I'm overflowed with a rush of color, like breathing became more vibrant. When I let myself embrace nature, I often feel deep feelings of gratitude, awe, love, and such a joy to be alive. And maybe that sounds cheesy to some, but truly, those magical everyday moments, they fill me up and give me so much energy. They let me sink fully into my body and experience the sweetness of being alive and how wonderful it is to be part of this planet that holds so many miracles. The other day I gave an Akashic Records reading for a lovely woman and the high vibrational beings of the Akashic Records suggested that she let herself ground more. She had shared with me that she felt stuck in her business, that new customers weren't coming and she had reached a plateau. The records showed me that some of her original spark had dimmed and that her work at that time in her life was coming more from her headspace than from the flame of her heart. They encouraged her to ground herself so she could reconnect with her purpose and find a rhythm that was natural for her in that season of life. When she grounded, she would naturally feel what to do and where to go simply by being more present in her body. She told me that she already practiced grounding meditations regularly, but the records gently directed her towards something even simpler. They showed her that by stepping outside, embracing nature, moving her body, walking barefoot on the ground, feeling the soil with her hands, taking in the smells, colors, and sounds of nature, would ground her in a way most natural, energizing and balancing her whole being. And I've seen this often in readings. When someone is too much in their head, the records will suggest ways for them to come back into their body. From that place, we can always check in and intuitively feel what's right for us. And very often, that's all that matters, because each moment determines the next, and so on. And I know I speak often of this, but it's because it's such a simple and yet essential truth. We humans so easily spin scenarios in our heads that don't serve us. The more we come back into moments of sensation, of presence, of simply being, the more clearly we know what is right for us in any given moment. So those are my thoughts on this card, and for now I just want to let you enjoy the painting process, and I will speak to you in the end of this video. You've made it up until this point, and I am so deeply grateful that you've spent this time with me. It's such an honor. As always, I feel so lucky to have you at my side and to watch this second oracle deck unfold and find its place in the world. So thank you so much. I hope that you have a wonderful time wherever you are. I'm sending you so much good energy and see you soon. Bye bye.